Hold on. All right, let's try that again. Let's pretend this never happened. Hello, everyone. This is definitely the first time I've seen you today. My microphone definitely didn't decide it didn't want to turn on. I've got a very fancy microphone, and if you press the button, it mutes it. And if you hold the button, it does something else entirely. And that is very much what happened. All right, my caption's working. I am here. Hello. It's Wednesday. I slept about 4 hours last night, so please bear with me today. I had extremely intense painsomnia. I haven't yet looked. I haven't dared look to find out how much sleep I actually got or how bad it was. That's not a thing we're thinking about. It's not a problem. It's a new day. We're ignoring everything that came before. Hello, how are all of you? It is lovely to be here again, as always. And it's been a big week. I quit my job. Not to specifically to do this, or even specifically to do my PhD, to be fair, but because I need to focus on looking after myself and healing from all of the pain I've been in, and it's a really big decision that I've made to put my well-being first, and it's been a lot. And also all of this occurred, obviously I've been thinking about it for probably a month at least, if not longer, but the sort of like announcing of it and sending my notice in occurred over the weekend whilst Leia was very ill. She's still quite ill. We're taking her into the vets later to see how she's doing. She's very unhappy that she can't go outside. That's the main issue right now that she's having, is that we won't let her out. But yes, hello, good morning. We're going to do some studying. Shocking, I know. It's really astonishing that we're studying here. I would like to do 4 Pomodoro sessions again today like we did on Monday, but as I say, I am conscious that I've had 4 hours sleep, so it's possible that we won't manage 3, or we'll manage only 3 and not 4. So we'll see how it goes. I'm reading the same book I was before, which is The Body. I don't know why, it looked like I was covering it up. The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. And again, I would wholeheartedly recommend this book. However, I would not recommend this book if you have any trauma triggers, especially ones related to assault. It's not a gratuitous book by any means, but it does describe in detail the nature of what has occurred to people in the case studies. And if you have certain triggers, you're not going to be able to read this book, and please don't, because it won't be safe for you. But it is absolutely incredible. Sadly, as I've been sort of thinking as I go through as to whether there's any like bits in it that I could say, oh, it's safe to read this chapter, or this bit, whatever. Unfortunately, because of the volume of case studies he uses and the variety, and no one knows all of another person's triggers, I don't feel comfortable like recommending particular bits of it and saying this bit is safe. But I mean, there'll certainly be like other research and papers based on this that may then be a bit more readable. And I'm still very much thinking about this sort of thing in terms of disability-led research, and how do you ensure that the people with the conditions lead the research when the research itself is something that could cause them harm. But I certainly think that you've got to, I don't want to say get to a certain point, because that's not quite what I mean. You've got to either be a person for whom triggers aren't like really sensitive, and to be absolutely clear, it's not a failure if you're a person with very sensitive triggers. That's not a thing. We're not bringing that in here. But it's you've got to be able to read about your subject, and I'm still like working on in my head how you reconcile that with the need to use case studies and to talk about things clearly, and to not, because you don't want to like sweep under the rug the detail of what happens, because that sort of enables, you know, continues to enable not talking about certain forms of trauma and abuse. So I don't know. I'm not producing that because I've got an answer. I'm producing it because I'm thinking about it still. I did manage to do some more reading yesterday. Also, I'm talking too fast again, aren't I? Yes, I did manage to do. It's because I'm tired. That's what's happening, is I'm trying to compensate for it. I did manage to do some reading yesterday. I did do it from bed. I was tired yesterday as well. Tired is the primary symptom of this week, apparently. And it's really hard to explain any form of chronic fatigue in a way that makes sense. I was saying to my therapist yesterday that I really hate it when you say, my fatigue is very bad this week, and people go, oh yeah, I get tired too, you know, sort of non-disabled people. And you're like, well, yes, you do, but also it's not the same. I can't, you know, I get so tired I can't sit up. But I managed to study from bed. You might have seen, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I don't actually link my Instagram on here because I've not used it for so long, and I'm starting to slowly again. But I posted on Twitter a picture of my studying setup, which is I have a laptop, like one of the things you're meant to put on your lap that's got like a cushion underneath it and then a flat top. And I use that for putting my this notepad that I'm writing in. Oh, which I've just hit the microphone with. Sorry about that. Will go on there because then I can actually still write on it. Because if I just put it on the bed, it's really, because it's just soft underneath, it doesn't work. And then I've got headphones that are like a headband. They're not a blindfold. Why did I? Headband. And I use those as well. So that can then like almost like make me forget I'm in bed, because if I listen to the same music as I have when I'm studying, and it sort of gives me that feeling of being there. One of the things my mentor and I did this year was we tried to cultivate, I have a very specific feeling I get when I'm in our university library of like this sense of comfort and excitement and exploration and just pure joy at being there. And obviously I haven't been able to go to the library, so we've been trying to work out how I can, like, what do I need to get that feeling here? And interestingly, I found that I have to have things very similar. Like I have to have headphones on, because I would do in the library. And so it's like that sort of sensory being surrounded by the sounds. Like if these earphones aren't enough, I've got like proper headphones as well. These I use when I want to monitor my microphone as well. So anytime that I'm on a mic, so like now or on a Zoom call or things like that, I'll always use these, because then I don't worry that I'm yelling. Though I think I have been louder than usual today. But yeah, I'm just rambling now. And if we do want to fit 4 sessions in, then we need to start. So let's at least get ourselves over to this screen. I have fixed the thing where my webcam randomly zoomed out. I've got multiple things that manage that my webcam goes through, which is probably not the ideal way to do it. I think at some point I need to do it so only OBS does anything to it. But for now, like my streaming setup is still something that is being developed over time. We'll get there. So what I found worked really well on Monday is I really liked 20 minutes, 5 minutes of break, 20 minutes, 10 minutes of break. So we're going to try that again today. Oh, that was already on 5 minutes. There we go. Oh, and I've hid my timer. Let's unhide my timer. Okay. And so that's what we're going to do again today, and we'll see how it goes. I never know what my focus / brain fog is going to be like until I start trying to study. There's a particular like quality of focus needed for studying that isn't even in like, I don't know, answering emails or something. That is a thing I've often done like before I get to the stream. That doesn't have the same like quality. So yes, as normal, what we will do is I will shut up 20 minutes. And I will be muted, I will be studying, I will tilt my webcam down so you can see that I am studying, because it's a little bit weird otherwise. You are welcome to study along with me, to work along, to just be here and listen to Christmassy lo-fi music. I really like this music, it's very subtly Christmas. It's just like got a slight jingle, a slight bell to it, which is lovely. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll do that once, then we'll do it again, and then we'll do it again. And I have a timer up here. We're going to see if the timer is going to start manually today, or if it is just that I need to do it in the settings once, and then after that I can use the keybind. So let's have a look. Yeah, it is that. I do have shortcuts enabled. There we go. All right. Good luck, everyone, and I will see you in 20 minutes. Well, I'll still be here. You'll see me. I can't actually see you at all. That's the nature of the internet. I'm going to shut up now. that was an error. We've lost our timer now. Hold on. I'm gonna try and just sort it out manually. I was clicking, it was annoying me that I had the like bars. I don't know if anyone familiar with OBS will know the bars around something where you've got it selected in the editor, and I clicked off that, and then for some reason I just clicked my mouse somewhere else and I clicked onto a different screen, so now we've lost the timer. Alright, we're gonna see if we can fix this. I think I can do this, and then if that should have started it, and then if I add -10, that's fixed it. Okay, cool, I'm going away again now. Hello, back again. Can't believe I did that. How's everyone's study going? Thank you very much, Lion Harley, for following. Welcome, welcome. I have a thing to welcome you to. A lot of streamers are like, welcome to the blast, this squad or whatever, and I'm like, hi, you're here. We're almost at 100 followers. That's amazing. 3 away. So cool. I should put the timer on. This is the timer for the break, which is now on. It's a 5-minute break this time, then another study session, then a 10-minute break. I love this book. Periodically, as I'm reading it, I feel this sort of disconnect of, oh, maybe what I experienced wasn't trauma, which I have a lot, because it's the way that my illness like downplays the things I've experienced. And then every now and then there's a sentence where I go, oh my God, that is my experience. And there's this one here, and there's nothing triggering in this at all. It's specifically about recovery. And it's, once you recognize that post-traumatic reactions started off as efforts to save your life, you may gather the courage to face your inner music or cacophony, but you will need help to do so. Such a lovely quote. Because I had the breakthrough I had earlier this year in therapy was the realization that the crux of everything for me is that I don't feel safe. And I spent a long time not feeling safe at all, and that then the reactions I had and the way I behaved and the way I learned to, like, learning not to make eye contact with people, for example. I used to be able to make eye contact with people when I was younger, and I became incapable of it for ages. I still find it difficult. I have to actively force myself to do it. It's only when I'm very, very comfortable with someone that I'll do it without thinking, and even then I won't do it all the time. All of those things like that, like avoiding any kind of conflict, having a tendency to run away from things, all of that is stuff that I did in order to protect myself and to try and keep myself safe, even when it was things that were negative. And realizing that sort of gave me a sense of peace with my past self, because it means that I know that that version of me was trying to do the same thing I am now, which is to make sure that I'm okay. I ended up being very, very grateful to me, however one wants to term it. Yeah, so I'm on to, I think I am halfway through now. I am basically halfway through now. And it's just so good. It's just such a good book. I feel like I've been reading this book forever, which tends to happen, especially with books that are this long. I think the other books I've got, maybe that's what I can do next break. I'll show you the other books I've got to read. I've also got a massive stack of website articles to read. Once we've gotten caught up on note making, I don't think on Friday sessions I will need all of that time to do all the notes from the previous week. So it might be that we end up making that the day where I do, because what have I got? My to read folder, which is a bookmark folder on my bookmarks bar, it's almost longer than my screen now. It's not quite there, but it's getting there. It will be there by the time I actually get to reading any of it. And I did go through and take out some of the stuff where like I had some things related to my dissertation that I don't need anymore. I think this might just be a book reference. That I should actually, I'll just do that now. I'm just gonna, do I have time? I have a minute. This is just a book that I wanted to, oh, that's expensive. So many academic books, very expensive. Okay, so I can remove that one now. I've done it. We've done something. Yeah, often I just sort of throw things in that folder where I'm like, oh, this is useful, I'll read that later. I know I've got something in there that I really need to read soon because I want to send it to my PhD supervisor because I think it'll be useful to some research she's doing. So I should do that before the end of term, really. I think term ends this Friday. I'm not sure. It's not really relevant to me. So yeah, I think I'm doing okay focusing, considering. Should we look up how? I don't have time to look up how. Oh, shush. No, you want to make all this noise now? I'll at least get it finding out how much sleep I didn't have. Oh, hold on. That is more than I expected. 7 hours. That's way more than I expected. Does not feel like I got 7 hours of sleep. I don't look like I got 7 hours of sleep. Right, anyway. I'm going to go back to studying. We will do this, so we'll do this first and then we'll do a 10-minute break next time. In fact, let's do that now because I will forget otherwise. No. There we go. Hey Teehee, I'm just about to go into another Pomodoro session, so I will be muted for 20 minutes. But hello, welcome to the stream, it's lovely to see you. If you want to study along with me, then you're very welcome to. You'll have this lovely lo-fi music in the background. And then we'll be taking a 10-minute break after that. If you're up for it, want to play a Guess Where I'm From game. No, I kind of really hate games like that because they make me super anxious. I'm very worried about getting things wrong, so I don't generally, I feel really uncomfortable when anyone asks me to guess things. But yes, going into, let's reset the timer. Oh, it is working now. Yeah, it does that thing where I just need to start it once manually. That's not too bad, actually. I don't mind that. So feel free to study along, work along, whatever it is you're doing, dance for 20 minutes, I don't know, and I will be back in 20. On timer. There we go. Oh, hold on. What? It's changed itself to 10 minutes now, hasn't it? Because I had to fix it manually. Right, let's. Starting time duration, 20 minutes. Let's try that again. There we go. Right, I'll see you soon. goodness. I just got to the end of a chapter, so that's pretty good timing. Oh. Hello. Oh no, they've still not tilted this high enough. There we go. That's better. Hello. My studies are going very well. Thank you, Aim Down. Hang on, let me get my microphone actually far enough over. Put the timer on. We're having a 10-minute break this time. Yeah, good. I'm very much over halfway into this book now, really enjoying it. Surprised by how much focus I have today, given how extreme my fatigue has been this week. Yeah, it's going very well. And it's been really great. I was talking actually to my therapist about this yesterday. I feel like Wednesday is always the day that I only have therapy every other week. But when we have a stream after I've just had therapy, I always come in excitedly talking about what I did in therapy, so bear with me. But we were talking about like my excitement for studying and my love for it. And it's been so nice that I've, in this like 2-month period where there is no reason for me to be studying. I don't have to be studying. I'm technically not a student right now. I've finished my master's degree and I haven't started my PhD yet. But I'm just loving like getting up and coming here and studying things. And I'm sort of thinking I might move towards, and this won't be for a while, this won't be until next month. But I might move towards streaming 5 days a week for 2 hours each morning. So say morning, we do 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. My God, that would be an awful stream. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I'm kind of thinking about doing that like every day, so it becomes part of my daily structure. But we'll see. I don't know what my schedule is I think I kind of need to wait to see what my schedule will be like once I'm in my PhD. But I think that would be a really cool thing to do. It would help me. It would be in tune with what I'm aiming to do with this channel, which is to show you the experience of doing a PhD from start to finish. So it's been lovely that in this time in between, I've still found it just as exciting and just as wonderful coming here. And I'm not so, if you're relatively new, you might not know, I actually streamed a couple of years ago for several months, and I was streaming basically full time. I got affiliate. I was streaming games at that point, just like normal streaming, I guess one might call it. And I enjoyed it. But I found it very overwhelming. I was very self-conscious. I think I'd probably be more comfortable with it now. I have done one game stream since I came back, but I do find gaming streams harder than these academic streams. I don't know why. It's really weird. I wonder if so I'm still re-examining my relationship with gaming and what I want it to be. We're raiding today in World of Warcraft and I'm super excited. I stopped raiding in WoW in the middle of the last expansion because I had a very stressful raid experience, let's say. I think everyone who's played WoW and has done raiding, especially at like mythic level or the top end level, understands what I mean by stressful raiding experience. And it got to the point where it wasn't very fun anymore. And I stopped playing entirely, and I've come back this expansion. I've joined a whole new guild. They're all absolutely lovely. And I'm just really excited for today. My eye level is not high enough. I don't fully know how to play my class, like not to the extent I'd like to. I'm really, really good at this one spec of the one talent section of this one spec that I'm playing. I'm really good at it. I don't really know how to do other things. I've got a new ability that I don't really know how to use very much yet, so I've got a list actually of stuff to do later, and it's like getting my enchantments done, getting my potions ready, watching raid guides, working out how the fuck one uses this new mage ability. That's actually a separate list. Separate item on my list. But yeah, so I think while I'm still exploring what that's like for me, showing that on stream is something I'm not ready for. It's like I need to explore it on my own first. Gaming has been such an integral part of my life. I just read this bit in this previous chapter. Where's the quote? Yeah, it's not a quote really, but it's about, he's talking about how like different forms of intervention for recovery, and he was talking about using theatre or improv or that sort of thing in order to reintegrate people with their bodily and mental processes should be. And I was reading that and going, that's what I've done with role-playing, that's what I've done with LARPing, with D&D, with online role-playing, with everything. I've used it to retrain my brain into how it should be functioning. And that's what my dissertation is about, by the way. If you weren't here during my dissertation, I can show you. I've still got the command. I will remove this command at some point. Oh no, that's not what that's telling you. Oh, it does tell you what it is as well. I was like, it also explains what a dissertation is. Why did I do that? But I remember now that dissertation means very different things in different places. You would call it a thesis, I think, in a lot of other countries. But yeah, it's about, my dissertation is about how role-playing healed my trauma. Not fully, obviously, but how it played a huge part in my healing from trauma. And I'm really proud of it. I haven't got my marks yet, by the way. As soon as I have my marks, I'll be screaming about it everywhere, trust me. Either enjoy or sadness. Hopefully enjoy. I'm pretty sure it's going to be enjoy. I think it's pretty good. But yeah, so I've lost my train of thought now. I was just talking about WoW, really. Yeah, I've joined a guild that's all people who are over 30, which is lovely. To be honest, because I'm like, oh, thank God there's all these people here that have other commitments and understand that sometimes you're going to miss certain raids. I haven't actually explained to them, because the problem is if I have a pain flare, sometimes I can't use my hands. I obviously can't raid at that point. When the first time I got pain in my hands was when I was last raiding in WoW. And I just did raids regardless, because that's the sort of pressure I was under. And yeah, don't do that. No. So this time I won't be doing that. And if I do need to miss a raid because I'm in too much pain, I will just tell them. And I think it's the sort of place where we'll be fine. It's a really big guild. There's 2 raids happening tonight, 2 raid teams. That's how big the guild is. 2 raid teams of 30. So yeah, I'm very excited, as you can see. Hopefully the fact that I didn't sleep very well won't be a problem there. But yeah, don't really have anything else to talk about now. I feel like I spent all of my excitement and energy on that ramble, and now I've run out. I'm gonna drink some stuff. Attempted to wipe the lipstick mark off my glass, and what I in fact did was just smeared it over the entire glass. That was helpful. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds left in our break, and this would be one of those. So this is what happens when I do a 10-minute break. I either like completely run over. There seems to be this tendency for people to come and say hello when I'm just about to start a new Pomodoro session. It's an amazing skill that you all have, and I'm impressed by it. But yeah, so we will go in and do another. I don't know if I'm going to do 4. I might be sensible and recognise that I'm very tired and I've got a lot of other stuff on. Let's see how I feel after this 3rd one. I'm really interested in what I'm reading and want to keep reading, but at the same time I need to be careful and not overdo it, because when I overdo it, overdoing it is not looking after myself. I caught myself there because I'm trying to retrain how I talk about things, and I'm trying to not say, for example, I shouldn't study for too long because I will then make myself more tired and more likely to be in pain. I'm trying to word it as I don't want to study for too long because I want to look after myself, like reframing it in terms of the well-being and the healing rather than in terms of the pain consequences, the negative consequences. So there's our timer going off. I'm gonna go and dive into chapter 14, and I wish you all the best of luck with whatever studying or working or breakdancing, the new Olympic sport. If you're preparing to be an Olympic breakdancer, enjoy this 20 minutes. I'm tired. I'll see you in 20 minutes. Is it working? There we go. Bye. it me? Alright, I've put this back into 5 because I was really interested in what I was reading and I want to keep going. So I'm starting that now. I do want to do one more burst. I want to do it. I feel like, yes, I want to be careful and I want to not do too much, but I also feel able to do this one last burst. It's only 20 minutes. That 20 minutes went really quickly. So I think I can do it. We'll see. Sometimes what I find is when I am on this point where I'm like, I'm almost done, but I think I can do a bit more. Often I'll start and then I'll get 10 minutes in and go, okay, that's it. And I think it's really important to like listen to myself when that happens and to go, okay, I'll stop now. So it's possible I might stop partway through this next burst, but you're very welcome to continue if you need to. And yeah, I'm very happy in this moment. I'm really enjoying what I'm reading and I'm finding it really resonant with me and really interesting. I've just read a load of stuff that's about the difficulty of and importance of narrating and storifying your trauma. And I've got some amazing quotes from this of the path out of trauma is paved with words carefully assembled piece by piece until the whole story can be revealed. And that really goes in with the sense of fragmented and episodic narrative that Wasson talks about, like sort of emerging from Frank's chaos narrative, which I think he also calls fragmented narrative. I do need to, it's on my list to, I should really order that actually. I'm going to go back in and read The Wounded Storyteller again because I want to reread it. And I feel like that's a book that I'm going to keep rereading through my PhD because basically what I'm doing is disagreeing with him, but I want to make sure that I keep really in touch with what he's saying and making sure that I'm rereading it and reinterpreting it so I've understood it in every way that I can. So I think I will make sure I order that after this stream. I'm also so hungry, which I always am at this point, but I'm very hungry. I don't know what I'm having for lunch. I might just eat Huel bars today because I don't have the spoons to make anything really. But yeah, that's a lovely feeling to sit with, and I think sometimes in these breaks I feel like this pressure to immediately perform, when in fact what I'd also like to do here is to be able to open that experience of like the experience of researching and express that and sit with it and share sitting with it. Yeah, it's just finding my way through that and getting used to it and working out how it works for me and the stream and for watching and so forth. So yeah, it's a nice feeling. Weird feeling to have whilst reading about catastrophic life events. But it's just so interesting. I'm so glad I got this book. I always feel a sense when I'm reading books for studying that have a really profound effect on my thinking, I always have such an intense sense of gratitude. I remember there was a book I was reading for 1 week of my medical humanities module, and it was a queer theory book about social binaries, and it just clicked so much with me and made so many things that I'd been thinking for a while just like suddenly coalesce and make sense. And I really need to I'll have to look up what book that is and remember, because it was so significant to me. An alarm's about to go off. So this will be our last 20-minute burst for today. As always, I will stay and talk for a little bit. After we finish, I won't immediately turn into a pumpkin. But yeah, I'm going to go back to reading this book that I love, apparently. And I will let you go back to whatever form of working or studying or otherwise you are doing. So I'll start the timer, and I will see you for the last time in 20 minutes. Oh, no, that's too high. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put us back in here. And then I do want it a little bit higher. That was good. I did it. I did all 4. I'm really pleased with that. Hang on. I'm in a lot of pain now, so I just need to... It's kind of... I was going to say it's in my hips and my arms, but it's kind of everywhere. It's in my back as well, and my wrists, and my ankles, and my knees, and my legs. And at that point, I've basically named all of my body. Is there a bit of my body that isn't in pain? I don't think my nose hurts. Genuinely, this is supposed to be a thing that you try and notice. If it feels like everything is in pain, is trying to find a place where there isn't pain. I don't have a headache. My ears do hurt a bit because I've had these earphones in for a couple of hours without taking them out. My jaw aches a bit. I think I've been clenching my jaw again. But yeah, my nose doesn't hurt. I don't think the top of my head hurts either. Everywhere else does. Wow. So I'm now like up to... Come on, camera. I'm up to here in this book. But I think like the book actually, this much of the book is like citations and resources and stuff. So I'm actually very close to finishing. I think I'll probably finish it this week, which would be nice. And then I never did in that break show you what else I'm going to be reading. I think I have shown it on stream before. But I've got 4 other books. It will be 5 once I get The Wounded Storyteller as well. So I can reread that, but that'll be faster because that's rereading. That was creepy. So my laptop bag, my old laptop just fell over and knocked my bin over. I don't know what made that happen. The cat's not in here. All right, other terrifying movements in my office aside, that is it for today. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. I hope you've had some good luck getting work or studying or breakdancing done today. And I will see you again on Friday at 11 a.m. GMT. Again, I'm not sure why I said again, because I haven't talked about this yet today. I have talked about it on the stream before. Down below in the panels, there is a schedule feature on Twitch, and Twitch will calculate that into your time zone for you, so that you don't have to worry about trying to do it and asking about daylight savings 20 times a day. I'm not going to miss that part of my job. I'm going to be honest. The part about being in 8 different time zones, that's not going to... I'm not going to miss that part. But yeah, I will see you on Friday. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I hope you have a lovely Thursday. And I will see you then when we will be typing notes up and seeing if we can get through the last of my first PhD notebook and into my dissertation notebook to get all of that typed up. So thank you very much for coming. It's been lovely to see you. If you haven't hit the follow button, which actually is probably over there, unless you're on mobile, and then who knows, please do. Make sure you've hit the notification bell and you'll know when I go live. You can also follow me on Twitter in order to get more reliable notifications when I go live than Twitch. Twitch gets there in the end, it just takes it a little while. But thank you very much for being here. I will see all of you again very soon, and I hope you will take care of yourselves.